Hi, Mike Swinger from RunPhys.com. Today I want to talk to you about hip flexibility. Now, most of the time when you think of hip flexibility, you think just of muscles, for any kind of flexibility for that matter. We're going to talk about muscles a little bit today, but I also want to focus on a structure called the hip capsule. If you peel the muscles away from your hip, what you're left with is not only the bones, the ball and socket, but around that you have a strong ligament-like structure called the capsule. That capsule will adapt to whatever activities you have going on. If you're sitting for a long period of time, that capsule will get very stuck and very stiff in a hip flexed position. If you're just standing for a long period of time, it can also get very stuck in that kind of position. Now when you're moving, then the capsule will adapt to that also. So the stretches I'm going to show you today will directly influence the muscles, but will also get the capsule as well. And again, when you look at the hip joint, it's a ball and socket kind of joint. That capsule goes all the way around it. So we need to make sure we're addressing stretches and movements that are going to target every direction that your hip needs to move with running and with all other activities you do during the day. The first stretch you're going to do, you'll simply get down on one knee. Sometimes we call this the marriage proposal stretch. And you're going to get down on your left knee, put your hands on your hips, and gently glide your hips forward. You want to feel a stretch in the front of your left hip. You can use your hands to help guide the motion. You want it to be as isolated to your hip as possible. You can do that 15 to 20 times. Then you're going to place both hands on your right hip and continue the same movement. You're also going to place your hands on your left hip and continue the same movement. Now what that does by putting your hands on both hips is that gives a little bit of a twist to the capsule. Again, getting a more thorough stretch onto the different fibers as they run every which direction. For the next stretch, you're going to get back down on your left knee, except this time you're going to have the lower leg of your left leg at a 90-degree angle to your right foot. The motion you're going to do is very similar to the first stretch, as you're rocking your hips towards your right foot. But again, this will get a different part of the capsule. So you're going to gently rock towards your right foot. You're going to do that 15 to 20 times. And then in the forward position, you're going to make some arcing, swooping motions with your hip. And what that does is, as you'll feel, you'll get a more thorough stretch from different directions. From there, we need to get other parts of the capsule itself. So you're going to start by getting on your hands and knees. And to stretch the left hip, what you'll do is you'll place your right knee over top of your left lower leg and sink your weight back and to the left. And what you should feel is some nice tension in the glute area. If you're not feeling tension, you may have to bring your left foot forward to rotate your hip further. But in that position, you're going to simply find out where you feel a stretch and then rotate your hips around. And again, what this will do is stretch the posterior capsule, and you'll feel it right in your glutes. You're going to do it with both hands on the ground 15 to 20 times, and then you'll also raise that left hand up towards the ceiling, and you're going to raise it up and down 15 to 20 times. So, with doing those exercises, that targets not only the muscles around your hip, but also gets the hip capsule, which is very important for getting loose, getting limber as you prepare to run. Give those a try. Let me know how they go. Have fun.